So let us continue from the Fall of Solium and onwards to our next rite. There is no time now to return to Moonlight Alcove as before, as the stars already urged you on. Everyone is ready to make haste for the Spring of Jomur. Indeed, we're not waiting for the seasons to change, we are headed straight for the Spring of Jomur. And we're going against the Chastity? Maybe Chastity. Possibly, I'm not sure. The plan now is to basically play the Dissidents into the Liberation Rite. Purely because they have good music. Like, that's the only reason. The Dissidents have amazing music. We might not be able to actually beat them. We will try, of course. We're not going to intentionally lose. But if we lose, then, you know, happens, I guess. We could follow Bertrude's advice or the Lone Minstrel's advice. Stardust for free would be a good idea, although I'm not sure what I would use it on. Right now I think I have a fairly good set of talismans. Let's follow Bertrude. This is probably going to be like roots or herbs or something. Okay. Explore the Glue Hive. Together with Bertrude, you venture forth into the barren wastes of Glue Hive to ensure the path is clear and check for anything of value. How did I do Bertrude? I did like a very raspy... We have seen everything now. No, that's like more demonic. Let us return. No, that's also very... Let us return. No, I cannot do Bertrude anymore. In sense, Bertrude's spirits lighten to some extent. The survey is brief and uneventful, leaving you with enough time to pursue your vocations on your return. Bertrude gained 1 hope. Return to the wagon. Let's see. Okay, it's probably going to be Bertrude. Yeah, it's Bertrude. We need to like figure out Bertrude's voice right now. You notice Bertrude studying the Beyonder crystal. She sets it down as you approach. The mouthy wraith rebuketh our attempt to summon her. She insisteth that we are too young to understand. Urgh. She must be referring to Sandra. It seems that Bertrude may be able to invoke her. Stubborn, that one, possessing of an ancient understanding, olden ways, the olden times. Many centuries of history, knowledge of the 8 scribes themselves, held captive there within that green tinged stone, within that wraith's own memories. Would that we could extract them some way. Perhaps thou couldst induce the wraith's obedience, treating one, for she heedeth not. She claimeth obligations unto only thee. Although... She stops and thinks very carefully. The Beyonder crystal is not to be tampered with. Your fellow exiles know that its use is at your sole discretion. She backs away from you, still thinking to herself. Ignores our inquiries about this reading one. Our reasoning has taken us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is like to be an ancient warning of some sort. It's possible that the others of the southern box know something of her, but we shall not be tampering further with such sorceries ourselves. That the wraith refuses to cooperate suggests that her predicament is suitably deserved. She heads out in a huff, but as the air grows still and quiet, you sense something from the Beyonder crystal. Mouthy wraith, she says. Can you believe it, Rita? Ah, to be so young and foolish again. Sandra the Unseeing laughs to herself. Your proximity to the Beyonder crystal must have been sufficient to invoke her in this case. That crone of yours is far too curious, I think, but it appears that even she has learned her lesson in this case. Thank the stars, I am beholden to no more than one among you Nightwings at a time. And thank the stars that happens to be you rather than her. And if that crone attempts to lay her fingers on my Beyonder crystal again, I shall just have to torment her dreams till she's my age. Do feel free to mention that if it comes up. Now, farewell. You know where to find me, lovely Rita. She vanishes. Yeah, I cannot read. It seems that Xander proved resistant to Bertrude's tampering. If so much history is trapped within the Beyonder crystal, there it shall remain for the foreseeable future. No fruit. We can make music though. Okay. I don't think there's anything here for us, so we might as well continue our with our vocations. So either forage, study, or mentor. I think we may need to do some mentoring. We might as well check the Warfred's planner. We're actually at 61% probability of success of the plan, which is very good. And yeah, its dissidents are at the moment in the lead. And that's where we want to keep them. So we don't want to actually mess with them or the accusers. The rest are basically just fair game. This is our party right now. There are indeed not many of us left. Right now, Sir Gilman is the most experienced of all of our Nightwings, followed by, I guess Pamit? Nope, actually Xay, and then Pamitha. I might actually set Pamitha free next. I mean, Gilman deserves freedom, but Gilman is also basically our last option to actually do stuff. But I'm thinking Pamitha might actually be a viable candidate for liberation. Plus, I have my reasons why. Which means that we are going to have to train her, or alternatively we can train Wolfred. We don't have Jody anymore, so we are basically lacking a defensive right now. So getting Wolfred back up to speed would be a good option here. Certainly, I would appreciate your point of view. You and Wolfred review what observations you have made thus far about the various triumvirates you have confronted on your journey. He has keen insights about some of them. It has been a while since my last outings in the Rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. If Wolfred is banished, the sapling shall automatically spawn near his pyre until he returns. That's a good defensive one. Once per rite, if Wolfred's adversaries extinguish his pyre, it is restored by +10 instead. That's a nice one. Either we stand between each other's paths to freedom, or we help each other out. Help each other on our way. I try to always bear this truth in mind. Yep, basically, Wolfred is going to be our defensive from now on. Rest shall be mid to offensive Because we don't really have any defensives left. Bertrude kind of is, but also kind of is not. And towards the Spring of Jomur. Oh, it's actually the Pyre Hearts that we're meeting, not the Chastity. Stop the wagon, now. The black wagon has shuddered to a stop en route to the Spring of Jomur. There is some commotion as Wolfred motions for everyone to be still. There, ahead. It seems we have a visitor. He points into the distance. However, when you scan the horizon, everything is still. You see no sign of whomever Wolfred referred to. Still, he indicates caution. I'm certain that I saw someone... Oh, no, I should not be reading this like that. I am certain I saw someone directly in the road. A tense moment passes, then another. Then Wolfred tenses up. There he is. Look there. You look towards where he signals, and then at last you see the cause of his concern. Let me just quickly check something. Yep, there we go. Everything is fine. There is no mistaking who it is. Orlex stands there, near motionless, atop some forgotten rock jutting from the rocky pathways, a fair distance away. He stands directly on the path of your black wagon. Yet he shows no sign of acknowledging the wagon's presence. He appears only to be waiting for something, likely for you all. Wolfred gets your attention, quietly. Well, my boy, I'm open to suggestions here. Orlek likely hasn't come to pay a social visit. You can press forward, turn back, or hail him. There is no turning back. We need to make it to the right. And at this point, there is no point in wasting time, because there are only so many rights left. So, shall we press forward or turn back now? Well, not turn back, hail him. We could just straight up confront him right now. Let us move forward. Let us not acknowledge him. There is no need to give in to Orlek's threats. He can declare his intentions or get out of the way. He cannot stand against you all. Indeed, let us proceed. We shall not be intimidated, not in the Commonwealth, nor here. You give the signal for the drive imps to start the wagon and move full speed ahead. But just as you reach the point where Orlex once stood, he has vanished. Surveying our strength, perhaps. His motives are plain, but his intentions unclear. Indeed, Orlek is nowhere to be found now. The unnerving encounter causes everyone to fall silent for the remainder of the trip. Your wagon finally arrives at the Spring of Jomur, where still there is no sign of Orlek, or your next adversaries for that matter. Your companions organize a quick search about the premises, leaving you to watch the wagon until the rites commencement. It seems that we have someone in the wagon that may wish to see us. Something is wrong. Someone is here, alone, with you. Oh, it's Orlek. Orlek seems to be examining various objects in the wagon. Whether he has noticed you, you cannot tell. What he is doing here and how he got in unnoticed, you cannot imagine. You watch him go about whatever he's doing, examining all sorts of things that you and your fellow exiles gathered on your journey. He shakes his head. All of these trinkets. This wagon is most different now. Welcoming, yet I'm unwelcome here, it seems. In my own wagon. He directs his gaze at you, acknowledging your presence for the first time. You, a mere shadow. Tell me something. Who are you to them? Well, I mean, why lie? It should be fairly obvious what we are to the Nightwings. We are, of course, the reader of the Nightwings. You tell him that your role among the Nightwings is as their reader. You have traveled alongside them for some time and bear the book, together with the others. You are a fool then, reader. You let them use you willingly. Relay to them a message for me, Shadow. Tell them I shall have my night. He strides right past you toward the door, but then he turns to you again once more. I shall have my night. Then Orlek is gone. Well then. Several of your companions return as you exit the wagon. You explain what happened. However, none of them saw Orlek. I believe you, my boy. Orlek, he's unwell. It is good you did not come to harm. Now, let us make sure the same can be said of the wagon. You and the others conduct an exhaustive search in and around the Black Wagon for any signs of objects missing or tampered with, as well as signs of damage or foul play. The search yields nothing. No one finds any sign that anything was moved or tampered with. Even the drive imps seem calm. The incident leaves you questioning your own recollection of what happened. You try to clear your mind, for the rite is soon now to commence. I wonder if there's anything in the slug market. Hey, you guys, where's your friend? You know, the big one with the horns? Like frowning and stuff like that? Something happened in there, or what? Heard a crazy story, she just flew out of here, or something. Anyways. Yeah, I think that means that we actually have something to sell. Let's say... Sir Gilman... That's the right light. And that's for Bertrude. I don't actually think we... Did we even have anything for Jody? Well, I mean, we can always sell the berry. But I don't think we really need anything from here too much. I mean, Nickel and Leech is a nice one, but there's like very little way of us actually making that really work. Plus, it then drains our ability to leech health off of the enemies. I mean, also the Titan, well, not the Titan Tooth, but the Vengeful Vow would be a nice one too, but, or Frozen Soul at the start of the rite, and but we only have, it's a triumvirate, there are only 3 of these talismans on the field at any given moment. We could offset one of those Titan Stars with this. Then we would have to have 2 things just to offset. I'll get it, but I'm not sure if this is going to be something for us to really use, because we are just going to lose leeching capability, and I just don't want that. And that needs to be actually leveled up to like max. Do I have anything that I can just straight up sell? Gilman's jumps, Tailwind Crest for extra quickness. I think I can sell that at this point. We don't really have a way of making that work anymore. And that only partially offsets the Titan Star, because that's -10. Everything else has been leveled up to maximum more or less, except for the Aura Scale. But I'm not sure if those jumps will be any better than the leeching that we can currently do. Tell all your friends about us, because I already told mine. Frick, I cannot even do my Falcon Run anymore. Comments is right. Before my voice acting falls apart even more. As the sky above the Spring of Jomer darkens, your companions watch in silence and await the commencing of the rites. Say speaks up after a time. There they are, the 8 scribes among the stars. Now everything is ready, and the stars begin to shine once more, precisely as foretold. Okay, is this at least 7 need to be active at any given moment? We can give them extra Pyre, but that might go horrendously wrong. The alternative is Shax. I'm not sure if the stamina actually helps them too much. Since we already have the limbless Arizek, we might as well like enable Shax.
Shax 6 shoulders.
But the dullness locket is possibly an issue. I'm not sure. And they do extra damage too. But I think this is still the best option. I don't want Plurms, I don't want Isla, I don't want Sylvias. And at this point, giving them all of these extras is like, these I'm holding for reserves at this point. These are the things we enable last, and these are the things we don't want to enable ever. Okay, let us proceed. So these are the Pyre Hearts. We are going to win by outmaneuvering them.
The infamous raider returns.
Indeed.
Along with his remaining retinue of miscreants. You managed recently to rid yourself of yet another one. Your adversaries, the Pyre Hearts. As with you, they must be very desperate for their freedom. They shall not make it any easier from here.
I bet they won't. You! Again? You come to torment us! Have you any idea how afraid of you we are after last time? The Pyre Hearts, let us show them what the Nightwings can do.
Choose quickly your triumvirate.
We shall definitely need Sir Gilman and the Righteous Flame.
Sir Gilman.
Getting Wolfred on the field is probably a good idea, plus it allows us to equip the Ashen Coal on someone. And then maybe Xay on top of that. Actually, Bertrude might be a good option since they do not have offensive capability, but killing them is not really an option either. Let's see. Wolfred is always an option, plus Wolfred is our, like, safety save. Flying might not be a bad option. Do I bring in Xay, or I think Pamitha is a better pick because Pamitha can level up. But do we need double leeching? We may need that as a safety strat, so yeah, let's bring in the flame leech. Oh, I'm ready for them. You're not afraid of you, especially not this night. Room Knights, attack!
To the flame, commence. The Nightwings are first to strike the adversary's flame.
Oh frick!
Your pyre sputters.
Well, we're still in this, so it's fine.
To each his own. Brilliantly done. Best not get overconfident, Nightwings.
Ah, freaking vengeful.
A braver than expected act from Sir Deluge. Fair. Beauteous. I wonder shall the Nightwings press their luck?
Ah, frick. Ah, frick.
Oh, so close.
Ooh.
Atlas worm.
Nice.
Your adversary's pyre now falls short of yours. Sir Gilman plunges into the fire.
Yeah, these guys are not too tough. Ah, frick. Well. Ah, they made it through. Well, it's fine still. Frick.
Seemingly of your quenches the flame.
The vengeful vow is... Oh, wait, we're winning? Are we winning? No, you're not. No, you're not.
Splendid. Her wings have served her true. The rite has nearly ended.
I know. Ah, frick. Time to play safety strats.
And it is done. The Nightwings prevail. Alas that their adversaries failed to stop them.
Well now, don't you
Thus end this night's proceedings.
This knight, he knew he had no chance. Shame.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes. Even a traitor heart like Pamatha can learn something.
Good time as any to say thanks for having me along on this strange little journey of yours, Rita, darling. Oh, yeah, instant quickness. That's always nice.
Be gone now from my sight.
Someone is very, very salty, and it's, surprisingly enough, not me. Back at the Black Wagon, you find the lone minstrel examining your fellow exiles after they bested the Pyre hearts almost effortlessly. It is plain to you that none of them look well. The lone minstrel notices you there and turns to you. Rita, the faster turning of the cycles of the rites has put a strain on everyone. We have multiple cases of banishment sickness this time. It is unfortunate that your other companions are available to conduct the coming rite, because I fear that this group here requires rest. You bid Sir Gilman a swift recovery, as he nods weakly in response. You exchange a look with Pamitha, who seems exhausted after the last rite. As for Wolfred, it is clear to you he wishes to be left alone right now. You leave the lone minstrel to look after them and turn your attention to the stars that remain shining in the dark outside. Oh, this is a very nice game. Hey. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Let us seek our destination. So anything but the dissidents and accusers is the way to go. Okay, so this is the Tempers. The Tempers would be a safe bet. That's the dissidents, don't want to meet them. And that's the accusers, which we also don't want to meet. Now the Tempers, even if they win, they are not going to be in the running, so who cares? We might as well go and lose to them if they feel like winning for a change. The triumvirate you shall confront this time around shall be the Tempers, led by the demon called Ignarius. They have prevailed in the rites on many occasions in the past. The lone minstrel then offers you such details as he knows of your next adversary. Ignarius, a long-time resident of the Downside as evidenced by his appearance, the strongest of the Tempers. He has waited years to earn his freedom. Born to a middling Commonwealth family, he got into trouble early and often, but found his calling in the Commonwealth's not entirely legal red light district. There he took many jobs, most involving his sheer size. Most notably, he was a bouncer at the Starry Eight, where he came to symbolize its reputation. One day, a particularly belligerent guest got under his skin, so he gave him a tremendous thrashing. The club clientele all gave a cheer. However, this this guest turned out to be a wealthy chamberlain, who then exploited his connections to have Ignarius arrested and then exiled. This was 14 years ago. The downside, Ignarius dropped his given name, as is sometimes the custom, and survived alone through his tenacity and strength. In time, he drew the notice of the Tempers, who revealed to him in the rites. Recruited him into the ranks and let him work his way up. Now at last, it is his turn. Other than the Nightwings, the Tempers have liberated more exiles than any other triumvirate. They have high hopes for Ignarius in turn. Now, good evening, Rita. You wish a good night to the Lone Minstrel. Your travels shall continue at first light. And then we will get our trashiest of groups to go with the next rite. Which is fine. This has been planned. And has been accounted for. Onwards to meet the Tempers. Oh, Pit of Melith. Something of value. Pamita says she can sway the coming rites against the Tempers in your favor. Or alternatively, Sir Gilman believes the conditions here are right to train in the ways of the Sea Dominion. Well, I don't really care about dirty tactics against the Tempers. The Tempers have had it bad enough as it is. So let's go to Cold Moat and find some valuables. So let us explore the Cold Moat. You make time to explore the gloomy hollows of the Cold Moat with your companions. We have seen naught, and thou? I think I haven't found anything yet, except I think maybe I could? They turn to you. You may continue searching or return to the wagon empty-handed and pursue your vocations. Let us keep searching. There is not much else we can really do that is really going to benefit us right now. You spend more time exploring unchecked nooks and corners of the area. It is an exhaustive process, but eventually your search yields something you can use. A Mind Stone. Better than nothing, I guess. Uh-oh.
You are nothing, reader.
No.
Nothing but a mindless cripple. Your every action is a stain upon the legacy of the 8 scribes. The rites have been a long-held secret to keep out those such as you.
Seems like your mistake then. You banished me. So, you get to pay. You wake from what little sleep you managed this past night. Once more, the voice tormented you within your dreams. You attempt to rid your memory of it. I mean... if you want to keep people like me out of the rites, then you better stop banishing people. If the voice truly is that of the Archjustice Androbolus IX himself, as Wolfred indicated, then none of you are likely to receive too warm a welcome should you regain your freedom. So let us head towards the Pit of Melith. Here in the muddy bleakness of Flagging Hands, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. Oh, this is actually stuff about Jodariel, I think. The news this time pertains to Jodariel, whom you liberated at the fall of Solium. You learn Jodariel's past transgressions have all been forgiven. She soon was to be reinstated on the Blood Border on the presumption that she wanted her old status back. In fact, she was offered an especially prestigious leadership position in the First Veil. For a demon such as she could not be seen in the streets. First Veil, an elite Blood Border platoon shrouded in secrecy, other than the famous results of its operations. But she refused the gesture, rather bluntly, the report suggests. Instead, she sought Wolfred's agents, as well as several of her former fostered sons and daughters. And so the ranks of the revolution of the evolution grow stronger. The last part of the Messenger Imp's news must have been damaged in transit, though appears to be Jodariel's own words. All you can tell is that it says await. You thank the Messenger Imp for relaying this information. Your companions are excited to discuss the news. Wonder what the rest of the message said. Do you think she still has her horns, now that she's back up there? Having someone of Jodariel's will and stature with us on the other side shall pave the way toward a brighter future. She's an inspiration to us all, also this night, she is at least. We can envision it. Demons such as she let loose within the Commonwealth. News of Jodariel's liberation fills you and the fellow exiles, your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Your companions gain +1 hope in the next stride. Wish Jodariel luck. Also, let us wish ourselves luck, because we are going to need it. Oh, hey guys, what brings you here? Let me guess, the finest deals in all the downside, that's what, am I right? Yeah, sure. We're going to sell you this stone that we found. It's a thing. Upgrading that might be nice, but we don't have any stardust. Hey guys, good luck in that thing you're going to do tonight. Yep. Thanks, fucking Ron. Let us commence the rite. There is nothing else to do. The night grows dark over the pit of Melith, and you and your companions stand prepared at the appointed place at the appointed time. Hamith and your fellow exiles exchange expectant looks, some with each other, some with you, though everyone is rather quiet now in one another's company. You sense a vague concern in Sir Gilman, perhaps at having to confront the Tempers once again. As for Bertrude, she seems very much at peace, awaiting for the stars to signal the commencement of the rite. She does not have to wait for very long. Instinctively, you clutch the Book of Rites as the stars above take hold of everyone's attention.